When I went to school, it was a one-room schoolhouse about 1.5 miles from where we lived. And in order to keep the school open, they had to have 3 children registered in the school. So my sister was older, so she was able to go with another friend, and I was only 5, and I wasn't supposed to go because I wasn't supposed to go till 6. There was no kindergarten then. We started right in 1st grade. So I let me go to school at 5 in order to keep our school open. In the middle of the school was a pot-belly stove that warmed the school, and on the top of it was a grate, and we would bring potatoes for our lunch, put them on the grate in the morning, and by the time noon came, our potatoes were all baked, and we could have a nice warm lunch. We had one teacher, it's Mrs. Omar, and we had her first for all 8 grades because she was the only teacher there. But I remember liking school a lot. We did all of our homework by lamplight. One of my eyes became strained doing my homework by lamplight. In the winter, when the weather was really bad and you'd get a big snowstorm where we couldn't even get down the road, we would stay at my grandmother's house, which was right across from the school. So we had fun there. My grandfather was German, and he had an accordion. And he would play that accordion, and we would dance, and we were just having the best time. So it wasn't anything sad that happened when we couldn't walk home from school. We had well taken care of. I always liked to read poetry, and I liked to make up poetry. One of my favorite poems was Trees, written by Joyce Filmer. It was just something about it that was so soothing and really, I guess, so true. I can always remember the last line where it says, "Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree." On every Sunday, we would go to church. My sister and I did not go to Sunday school because it was before church, and so it was too early for us to get there at that time because of living on a farm. But in church, our family had about maybe 4 or 5 pews that kind of was not reserved exactly, but was just kept special for our family. All my father's sisters, brothers, their families, we all sat in one section. So for confirmation, all my cousins, my sister and myself were all confirmed on the same day because we were all practically the same age, and we hadn't had a pastor for a few years. And so when one came, he just confirmed the whole group. When I went to high school at Waterloo, that was the nearest high school that we were in the district for. First we had to go by bus, and naturally we have to come from a one-room school. It was a big school. So I enjoyed high school. We had to again take our lunch, and we had gym occasionally. We weren't too good at it, but we did have gym there and had a good time in high school. I always enjoyed reading books on nurses. There used to be a whole series of books on nurses. And one of the books that I read that I really enjoyed was Girl of the Limberlost.
A Girl of the Limberlost by Jean Stratton Porter. She was afraid to say college at that time. She thought it would be better to wait a few days to see if an opportunity would not come when it would work in more naturally.
When I graduated in high school in 1936, I had won a scholarship in business. And my parents did not want me to lose out on the opportunity to go to a school to get a further education. So I went to the Rochester Business Institute.
There was a girl of the Finger Lakes, and she grew up on a farm. There were hard times in America, but still she found some way with the love of her family and a faith in God above. She did her chores joyfully, although the chickens were not her friends. Well, they sold their crops and they ate what they could not, prepared their food with joy and they savored every crumb. There was a girl of the Finger Lakes, and she grew up on a farm. There were hard times in America, but still she found some way. She walked to school every day. In that one room she learned her ABCs. Only a baked potato for her lunch, but it warmed her to the core. On Sunday she'd sing her praise to Jesus for everything they had. It might not seem like much when love is all you've got, but gold will never feed your soul. It might not seem like much when love is all you've got, but gold will never feed